The type of church gathering that's being spoken of in the previous presentation, the type of church gathering is not easily found. You have to create that environment in order to have it, in order to have that intimacy. I've set in a handful of scriptures and some commentary on the previous video just to point out that I was quite offended by that comment. You know, what's this about women keeping silent? Truly, if you don't understand the essence of the gathering that's being spoken of, and the essence of being overwhelmed by the Spirit and not wanting to have anything to do with your own personal commentary coming out, if those 2 points, personal commentary and the nature of an intimate, Spirit-filled gathering, if those 2 things are not presented as a solid understanding, then we're not really looking at the whole situation. Church that most people know is the Roman Forum. It's a public place where there are loudmouths and performers that lead other people, an audience, in whatever, whether it's theater or singing or entertainment or thoughts or ideas. So if you're used to the Roman Forum type of gathering, or if you're used to the type of free in the Holy Spirit gathering where there is no true sacrificed, deeply empowered eldering, then you don't even have the nurturing environment to be able to say a woman should keep her personal opinions silent, and only the Holy Spirit should be speaking in this time through prophetic truth word from heaven going out, and also from heaven inside of you going up, making a prayer out loud that is also for the benefit of the peoples who can hear. Just like Jesus says, hey, Yahweh already knows my inner heart and silence inside, but I pray out loud in order that those around me can hear, and also as an addendum, so that the spirit beings can hear, because they cannot read the inner mind and heart. This is one of the most peculiar and important touches on the mechanics of the spirit realm. Only the originating spirit, who knows every child's heart all at once, can read your inner mind and heart. The spirit beings can read and evaluate how you spend your time, what your tone of voice is, what your entertainments are, how you respond and react to things, even when you tighten up your muscles. They can see how you respond, but they do not know your true groaning out in a silent place. So read the scriptures and commentaries on the previous piece and be encouraged and set aside offenses and enjoy the Chronakai Etichka, which is to say, the almost giggly, amazing, true things that come forth from all of our mouths, especially in a shepherded environment, in an environment where there are true elders that have laid down their lives and willing to suffer whatever they've got to suffer, just so one little friendship of God can be planted somewhere. That's what they truly care about. That's what it takes for that comment of the women should keep silent in the churches. That's a special kind of gathering that I didn't never see very much until I read some Justin Martyr from scrollpublishing.com, and I got a flavor of what their little gatherings were really like. Oh my gosh. It's one thing to be in a public place and have people standing up and sharing and singing together and etc., so passers-by are hearing things. In that environment, the women have to speak. I mean, my gosh. You know, a lot of people actually, have to hear from a lot of different voices until they begin to embrace a reality. So a woman's voice in commentary, in storytelling, in awareness, in, you know, in discoveries in family. Like the woman's voice in a public place, which is what all the churches really are. They're just like public places with a building on top, with a name across the top, which keeps people out more than it brings people in. The standard, you know, North American Western concept of church is a flippin' cathedral, you know, and that's not a public place where people can drift by and hear somebody saying, "Hey, guess what? I ripped off my grandmother's car. Hey, did anybody here steal their grandmother's car? You gotta hear my story. Have you ever stolen your grandmother's car? You gotta hear my story." I discovered in the early Christian writings that a person who had had an extremely wicked and problematic life would be told by the elders, "Look, your job is over. All you have to do now is really rest and be among us. And from time to time, we're going to trot you out, and you're going to offer your story one more time and blow people's minds. That's just going to be your job. You're just a transformation voice." Ta-da!